Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now, if you're anything like me, you've been through your fair few number of these heart rate monitors and found they just don't seem to last long enough. So in this video, I'm going to be covering some of the main mistakes I've made in the past with previous heart rate monitors and how you can help improve the lifespan and reliability of yours. Now let's jump straight in with the first mistake you want to avoid. Now probably the biggest mistake I made in the past was not cleaning the heart rate monitor after every single use. I found the easiest way of doing this is to just give it a quick rinse under the tap. If you have the option to remove the sensor unit, as I do on this Polar H10, take that off first. You can then give the sensor unit a quick wipe down with the towel and then wrap the strap itself in the towel to dry. You'll find it dries really quickly, so you don't need to go putting it on the radiator or anything like that. Mistake number 2 I made was not disconnecting the battery once I'd finished using the heart rate monitor. Now unfortunately, this is only possible on some heart rate monitors where you can actually remove the sensor unit. This can be done on the Polar H10, but I've had Garmin's in the past and I know you can't remove anything there. Now it may be a coincidence and I was just checking my watch at the wrong time, but I've definitely had times in the past where I've looked at my watch and found the heart rate monitor was still connected even though I wasn't wearing it. And when I go to bed at night, the watch is on the bedside unit, whereas the heart rate monitor is in a box in the cupboard, maybe around 1 meter away. Although I can't prove it, I'm pretty sure the two are still talking to each other. And as a result of this, the battery simply drains much quicker than it should. With my H10 here, I found the best way of disconnecting the battery is to simply unclip one side of the sensor unit. This makes sure the battery is definitely disconnected, but still keeps the two separate components together so they don't get lost. Mistake number 3 I've made is using cheap batteries when it comes to replacing them. In my experience, you definitely buy cheap, buy twice when it comes to the types of batteries that go in the heart rate monitors. I found myself having to replace them literally every few weeks, and I got very little warning as to when the battery was going to run out. I would literally get the first warning about the battery being low, go out for a run and found the battery's died completely in the middle of it. So at that point, I thought I'd cut my losses and go for a more reputable brand, which is a little bit more expensive to buy. That worked a lot better, but my recommendation to you would be to stick with the same brand of battery that the heart rate monitor originally came with. All things going well, you should find this lasts around a year with 1 hour use per day. And so the final mistake I've made in the past, which has affected the reliability of the heart rate monitor, is not wetting it before use. I've definitely made this mistake in the past and found my heart rate to be all over the place during a training session. I remember one particular run where I was doing 400 meter repeats. During the effort portion of the training session, my heart rate would be around 80 to 90, whereas it would shoot back up to 160 during the recovery. You can't rely on your natural sweat or body moisture to wet the contact points. Now, I'm not saying you need to go and soak the strap under the tap or anything like that. Although it might not be the most hygienic way of doing things, I found a simple lick up and down the back of the strap does the job just nicely. Just remember to give it a rinse under the tap once you finish using it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips were helpful. If you want to see more, you can click on the screen here to see my latest upload, which is a race recap of the first ever triathlon I did. If you enjoyed this one, please drop it a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.